Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be working on our top-down shooter game. We are going to add some more weapon functionality, I guess you could call it. Currently you can fire, you can reload, but you can't currently pick up ammo. And also, the different weapons you're holding share the same ammo, so we need to fix that. We're just going to make it so you can... you could do it so when you walk over a weapon, it automatically picks up the ammo. I'm going to actually not do that for reasons I'll explain later. I'm just going to make it so that when you click E, if you have that weapon already, it will just refresh your ammo on it a bit. And we're also going to make it so that weapons on the ground have a set amount of ammo that they have. All right, awesome. So to get started, we're going to... First thing we can do is probably give ammo to these weapons. So you can see we've got parent, pickup, key press. We could add another parent for weapon pickups. Let's make a parent weapon pickup. And then we'll give that one this parent pickup key press. That should work. And then we just go here. Weapon pickup. And now for our weapon pickup, we know that our weapons inherit. Why not? We're inheriting this. Cool. And we also just need to add probably just a variable for ammo. Ammo equals 0. We could have how much is loaded in the gun as well. That also makes a bit of sense. So we have like loaded, ammo loaded equals 0. And we have ammo reserve equals some amount. Doesn't really matter how much right now. I'll just make them different numbers so we know that they're working. So we can have 5 ammo loaded in the pistol and we can have 10 in reserve. This is going to differ. Obviously, when you drop a gun, these values are going to have to differ based on how much ammo you had in the gun when you dropped it. Cool. And then what we can do is, when we pick up the weapon, right, so this is function pick up. We can put this one in the weapon pickup because this is not exclusive to the pistol, what I'm seeing right here. So let's put this in the weapon pickup as well. F underscore pickup, we're not using that. Oh yes, I see. Weapon. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to inherit this, I see. All good. All right, so when we pick up the weapon, the player's weapon becomes the weapon. We're going to have to change that. And yeah, that's pretty much what both of these are doing. We want to change that so that like add a variable for now. Has weapon equals false. So if you don't have the weapon, then this is what happens. Yeah, if we don't have the weapon, I think for this game, I'm not really going to care too much about having a max ammo. I don't think max ammo matters too much. Just because of how I'm envisioning this game, and you'll see my vision come into fruition, hopefully. But I don't think we need max ammo. I think we just need, I think we can just make it so the player can hold infinite reserve ammo. That also makes it just easier to code. Because I want to convert this game into sort of a sort of like just a dungeon style game where we have like dungeons generated and there's sort of a set amount of weapons and a set amount of all kinds of stuff. And you got to try to escape. It's going to be that kind of style of game. Regardless, let's make it so that if you don't have the weapon, then you pick up the weapon. This is going to be a bit different. So let's actually go to the player and make a function for him. Weapon switch. Is that what I'm doing? Weapon pickup. We have function pickup. Just gotta work out what's actually going on here. So we're gonna, when you pick it up, it sets out control.getWeapon. Okay. And what is, do I already have this? Is this the same function? Okay, this is pretty much the same, but we'll do another one anyways. It's pretty slightly different. Okay, function weapon pickup equals function, and we're just gonna make it do this. And we're just gonna say we need the weapon ID. That's pretty much all we need, I think. It's just the weapon ID. The weapon ID comes in. The weapon is decided by the weapon ID as well. We don't need picker ID because it's always going to be the person activating this function. So we got, you give it the weapon ID of what you want to pick up, and then it picks it up. Easy as that. And that way we can do instead of that, we can just do picker ID dot that one. Where's weapon ID? Oh, it has a weapon ID. Okay. Try to use functions as much as I can, just so it's a bit neater. Okay, so whoever picks up the weapon picks up the weapon. Pretty standard. Pretty bit weird, I think, because it's like whatever. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. If it works, boys. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we pick up the weapon. If we don't have the weapon, we pick up the weapon. If we do have the weapon, then we need to pick up the ammo. Oh shit, what did I click? The hell? We don't have the weapon, we pick up the ammo. That's fair. That is completely fair. Pick up the ammo. To pick up the ammo, we need to, we're going to have to look through the player's weapons. And then we cycle through the player's weapons and then we see which one has ammo. I'm thinking maybe how we do this depends on how many weapons we want in the game and how we want the different weapons to exist. Because there's a couple ways you can do it. One way would be like Halo style, right? Halo style would be you have 2 weapons you can cycle between. So you always have 2 weapons. And they kind of have a slot each. Another way you could do it would be like Counter-Strike style, which would be like each weapon has a like number associated with it instead of a cycle weapon button. And then those numbers would have they would have potentially like a specific type of weapon. Like in Counter-Strike, you would have a knife on 3, for example. And that would always be a knife. And you could do, there's some other games that like you would always have a melee weapon on 3. You would always have a ranged weapon on maybe 1 and 2, right? For this game, I might do Halo style, I think, for now. Because we already, that's what's closest to what we already got, and I think it could be fine for what I'm envisioning. So, and it could be interesting. So we'll start with that, and then maybe we'll change it later. But for now, we're just going to do it like, you got 2 weapons you can cycle between. And to do that, there's also like other game styles where you can hold like shit tons of weapons. You can hold like 20 weapons, and then you can always get to any weapon that you hold. Like there's no holding limit. That's another way you could do it. I don't want to do that. I want there to be a choice that the player has to make in what weapons they're going to carry with them and such like that. So for this, we are going to, we could do a list, or we could do, we'll look at how we've currently done it. Currently, I think we just have a variable called like weapon ID and weapon. We probably want to, we could do a struct as well, potentially. We could do a struct that holds both of these things. And then we can have like a list of structs that we toggle between. Or we can just have an array, because the size of our, if we're only going to have a set amount of weapons, we can do an array, which is also fine. Let's do that. We'll do array. Lots of preference in game dev. There's no correct way to do things, boys. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. There might be incorrect ways to do things, but there's no correct ways to do things. You just do whatever. Just do whatever. No point dwelling on it forever. How do I declare my weapon array? Am I trolling? Weapon array 2. Holy moly, I'm actually just losing my brain. Weapon array. Is there an array function for it? I never used the array functions. Array. Like array create or something like this. Oh yeah, there's array create. I'll go on the manual as well, make sure this is actually doing what I want it to do. It just says this function create array of a given size. To initiate each entry of the array using a function, you can use array create extended. That's no one. Go to initialize all array indices. Okay, that's cool. We can use that. No stress. Array of size 2. And we'll initialize it with no one. And we'll say, let's do, yeah, we'll just call it weapon array. That's fine. So if you don't know what an array is, it's basically like the simplest data structure in terms of holding. It's just like a grid. It's not a grid, it's like a one-dimensional grid where you just have a bunch of slots that you can store data that are one after the other. And you can make a 2-dimensional array, which would be like a grid. Sort of just functions like that, where you can, if you pull stuff out, there'll just be empty spaces in the grid, basically, or in the line of, or in the sequence, I guess. All right, data god, data algorithm analysis god, Mr. Sticker here. Absolutely mental. All right, so we're just making weapon array. I think somewhere here where you can see here we got weapon ID and we got weapon. I think we should stick these into a struct. It could be a good idea. So we'll do current weapon. Am I already using a current weapon? It doesn't really matter. Current weapon. I'll call it current weapon slot equals 0. Cool. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to with our current weapon slot, we have to change when you toggle weapons, it's going to toggle the current weapon slot. So currently when you toggle, I don't know what it's doing. What is it doing? We're just incrementing. Oh, I have a weapon list. Oh no, that's the weapon. That's the object control weapon list. Wait, so object control has a list of weapons. Okay. Yeah, so currently I'm just cycling through every weapon in the game when I press Q. We don't want that. We want the player to cycle through just the weapons that we actually have, right? Or we're actually holding, which might be smarter. So to do that, we will go to... We'll just completely change this weapon toggle key. We don't want weapon ID to go ++. We want current weapon slot to go ++. And then when the current weapon slot goes ++, we are going to, if weapon ID is greater, we can just do this. If weapon ID is greater than or equal to 2, then we go back to 0. So we can only be on 0 or 1. And then we can go... Honestly, I'm just using the Halo system because I like Halo. So haters gonna hate, but it's fine. Weapon switch, weapon ID. What are we doing? We're weapon switching. What is f.weapon switch weapon ID? What is that doing exactly? That's grabbing the weapon out of the control, which is actually not what we want to do. We actually want to get the weapon from the from this struct. That's what we want to do. I'm also going to make a weapon that's no weapon. So we're going to do that. So if you can have like just blank hands. And we're going to do that. Maybe you can punch. I don't know. But let's just make an empty sort of weapon. So let's just dupe this guy. Say hands. Alright. So our hands. This would be good. Don't know what hands look like. Guy looks like... I don't even know. I don't even know what that's supposed to look like, but there it is. His head can be in the center as well. Like, why are your head on the side, mate? You got your hands out. Might look a bit weird changing his head position, but whatever. It's all good. There we go. He looks pretty good. That's our man's. Our man's with the hands. Oh, I changed the wrong one. Ah. That's right. I'll just rename. Cool. Guy's got hands. Let's make the hands an actual weapon. It's a good idea. And the hands, we don't really care about any of this. Like reload speed, it doesn't reload. Magazine size, doesn't have magazine. Fire rate, I mean, maybe it has a fire rate. Maybe it's like 30 milliseconds, or 30 times a second, or half a second. What the hell am I saying? Automatic Why not? Yeah, sure. Projectile. Doesn't have any projectiles. This doesn't matter. This can be high, I guess, like the pistol. Oh, it actually automatically changes. That's actually new. It actually automatically changes. If I rename the sprite, it changes it in all the code. That's actually really good. Thank you, GameMaker, but we didn't want it that time. Okay, cool. No hands, and I can't do anything because I got 0 ammo on my gun. And I can't reload because it just doesn't let me. So that's kind of lucky that it just works. And we haven't got any crashes, so that's good. You see now we got none. My Q button doesn't do anything. Nothing does anything now. But now, that's because I don't have any guns. So let's give my guys some guns. We got a weapon array. Weapon pickup. So for the weapon pickup, we changed this. We're just gonna make struct. How do I make a struct again? Let's just write var struct equals. I'm pretty sure you can just do this. And then we can just do this. So in the struct, it's like this. Something like this. Okay, so we got a struct, weapon ID, my arrowing. What is the error here, lads? Is it just this? Okay, that's just not meant to exist. Okay. Okay, so we got a struct, and then we're gonna essentially we just chuck our weapon. We also need to drop our old weapon on the floor. Drop old weapon. And then we need to pick up the new weapon. Pretty simple. We'll check our boy here. So that's our new weapon is that. And then we need to, whatever weapon slot we're currently on, we just say weapon array, current weapon slot. That should equal our struct. Cool. So now we got a struct. Epic. We should also make it that we can't switch if it's empty. So we can make it if our weapon array is no one, it just doesn't let us switch. That's probably smart. Should we do that? Yeah, if we only have one gun, we can't swap between the two guns. We could have done a list as well in hindsight. Might have made it easier for some things here, but that's all good. We'll keep this. All right. So current weapon slot plus plus. Current weapon slot. Yep. So we switch weapons, but we only want to switch weapons if there's actually something to switch weapons to. So let's do if. Let's just actually do like next weapon slot. I don't want to copy paste that. It's fine. Next weapon slot. If next weapon slot. What the fuck would weapon ID? What the hell am I doing? Yep, so if next weapon slot's greater than the max amount of weapons, we make it so. Yeah, all is good. We just make vector 0. And then what we do is we go if next weapon slot if weapon array for the next weapon slot doesn't equal no one. If there's nothing there, then we're just not going to do anything, to be completely honest with you. But if there is something there, then we can switch weapons. Which just could probably be a function as well. That's fine. So then we switch weapons. And when we switch weapons, we have to make sure the current weapon slot equals whatever that next weapon slot was. Did I fuck up somewhere? I fucked up somewhere. You can see if I write next. Where is next weapon slot? Where did I type that? That's not good. Not here. The hell is next weapon slot? The hell? Okay, we'll run into that later. We'll run into an error later. It's fine. Next one's all plus plus. Weapon ID. So weapon ID will actually be from the weapon array. So do weapon array, next weapon slot, dot weapon ID. Should be good. Because when we pick up a weapon, it should put this struct in that has a weapon ID in it. In theory. In theory, when we pick up a weapon, it does this. Currently, we don't drop the old weapon. We can code that next time. Does this work? That's the question. Does this actually work? Got a good feeling that it will not work, but there's a couple issues. I think the issue is that I haven't done anything for the weapon. Like, I have to change how the weapon's grabbed. Like, currently, weapon is inside the struct. And so maybe I should make it that when you switch. Yeah, we're going to make it so that switching weapons works. Might actually work. This is probably unnecessary to do this, but whatever. We can do that for now. It's fine. I think it might actually work, but I will find out. Okay, can't do anything. Press E. What happens? Oh, shit. What happened? Also, why did it... I don't think I pressed E. Let's see what it says. It says, object pistol. F.pickup not set before reading it. So line 1 inclusion code with object player F pickup. Okay. Oh. Why does the pistol have a collision pickup? That's wrong. It should be pickup collision. What? Why is the order different? I crazy? Pick up key press. Oops. Yeah. Okay. That's correct. Okay. It'll probably break, but yeah, now it won't crash when we run into it. Press E. What have we gone wrong? Unknown object f.pickup not set before reading it. Okay. Why does it say unknown object? That's the question. Why do we have an unknown object? Our object should be known. First step, line 101. We'll look at that. What's in line 101? If we press the pickup button, we look for this. If there is an item to pick up, we check the range. I mean, my inheritance that's wrong. Could be. Could be. Oh, I don't have. What the fuck? F pickup. What am I doing? I'm not inheriting. Why am I not inheriting? That's very bad. I think that's the problem. Is that we're not inheriting the event from the weapon pickup class. I think that's the issue. Oh, I picked it up. Picked it up and nothing happened. Interesting. And then we also have another error. Okay, we made a lot of errors here. We got next weapon slot not set before reading it. Line 54. How does that happen? There's two things that are incorrect, but I want to look at line 54 first. Oh, yeah, true. Current weapon slot +1. That should fix that issue. And actually, okay, so pressing E doesn't actually do anything for some reason. Game doesn't crash, but I also don't have anything going on. So why is there nothing going on? That's the question. Why, oh why, do we have nothing going on here? The heck? What the heck? What do we got? Weapon slot equals next weapon. Yeah. When I press E, it should automatically pick up the weapon and switch to it. Clearly not doing that. So weapon, where is it? Weapon pickup. So we should be running the f.pickup function of our pistol. That should be happening, in theory. It should be this one. This should be running. This doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Do the old tried and tested show message. Oh, I have. Oh, it should work. We haven't done the ammo system yet. So if we don't have the weapon, which we're assuming is true for now, or assuming we don't have it, then the picker ID So our player should run this code. F weapon pickup. So there must be an issue with this function. Must be an issue here. Oh, we make a struct. We're setting the weapon array, but we're not setting the actual weapon. So let's change that. Weapon equals struct dot weapon. Let's try that. Might fix it. Will it fix it? Will it not fix it? Who knows? Holy far out. Where's my pistol, man? Where is my pistol? Where is it? Let's show what the struct is. Should work. Let's have a look at what we're actually picking up, if it comes up properly. Weapon ID 1, and then we have the weapon here. That looks correct. But where is it? Is this just drawing the word hands from the weapon? Draw text weapon.name. Or it should be changing the weapon to what I just saw there. Doesn't look like it is though. Very curious. Very, very curious. Alright, we know this is working. So we can get rid of this stupid thing. Is the weapon getting changed again or something like that? Anything else happening that could... Because this should be the weapon. Oh wait, name hands. Oh. Okay, dumb mistake. I put hands in slot 1, so this has to be slot 2. Why isn't it slot 0? What's going on? Oh, it still doesn't work. What? The hell is going on here? Am I changing the weapon ID? I put weapon ID to 2. The hell is going on? Alright, weapon ID 2. I mean, that should be the pistol, right? Why does it not want to be a pistol? Let's take a look. It says weapon ID 2, but the weapon is not 2. So am I not grabbing the right weapon? How is this impossible? How is this possible that... what is going on here? We have weapon ID, right? And the weapon ID is 2. So this should be grabbing whatever's in the second slot. Is there a problem here? Yeah, literally just returns what's in the second slot, which should be pistol. Let's just see what this does. Yeah. Are we grabbing the right thing? That'll be a good check. Let's have a look in here. We got like 50 things popping up. It's not smart. Yeah. Why are we returning this? This makes no sense. What the hell is going on here? Does not make a lot of sense. What's going on here, boys? We're returning the hands. Why the hell are we returning hands? So get weapon. This has to be. We're doing the iterative approach where we just change everything one thing at a time. Okay, so how is 0 getting passed into this? There's something wrong here where 0 is getting passed into this. That's just wrong. Get weapon. Where is get weapon? Is this one here? How is weapon ID 0? Oh. I see. I think it's because I'm not yet. I don't think it assigns it in the correct order or something like that. Because it's a weird struct thing. So this will probably fix it. Perfect. It's not completely perfect because not completely perfect for a multitude of reasons, but it's perfect in my eyes, you know? It's my child. My child is always perfect. I love my children equally, including you guys. So shout out to the real ones. If you made it this far into this video, shout out. You're a real one. You're a real one. Real believers. Believers are rewarded. All right. And this is going to be a banger. This top-down shooter game, banger. I'm going to be 3D printing bangers non-stop boys. You guys are gonna witness it real time. So if you're here, if you're in the early days and you're here, welcome. Much love. It's kind of like an ASMR, but it's not really. Probably should have made the series an ASMR series. That would have been smarter. But that's all good. We do whatever. We don't care. All right. Okay, so everything's good in life now. We can pick up the weapon. Awesome. What else can we do? We need to make sure that if we pick up a weapon, it doesn't just change the current weapon. It needs to pick up, like if the next slot is let me look. If the next slot's free, then it should. Like if we have one gun and we pick up a gun, we want it to go into the second slot, and then we want to switch to the second slot. We don't want to change it with the first slot. That's what I'm trying to say. So we should be able to do that. Yeah, that's why I can't. Like thinking about like importing 3D models for the 2D sprites. I don't know if that would be like really mentally ill to put some 3D models in the game. Like have it like top down 3D models walking around. Could be fire. Could be very interesting, to be honest, to do something like that. Could give it a really interesting aesthetic. But regardless, for now we chill. What else needs to be done? There's like a lot that needs to be done. Might as well finish what we started. And we will. Okay, let's make it when you pick up, you get the weapon ammo. That makes like total sense to do. That makes complete sense to do. So when we pick it up, it's kind of a weird system because I'm like, it's kind of unnecessary to call this and then call the next thing. But we'll roll with it. Like it calls this and then this calls this. I don't know if this is super necessary. If we don't have the weapon, we're going to run this pickup. And we should also add to the ammo. Okay, so we haven't separated the ammo yet, actually. That's something we really should do. That's what we need to do. That makes the most sense. So we go here. Ammo loaded, ammo reserved. And then we need to make it. So the problem is we're just grabbing stuff from this get weapon. But we don't actually care about that. We care about the ammo. So let's actually just pass them through here. Ammo in reserve is probably just not the right words. That's fine. Ammo in reserve. All right, so this bad boy here, you now need to pass in a few things. And these would be ammo loaded, ammo reserve. We pass those in. Cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say the ammo loaded. I mean, in this case, if you pick up a new weapon, it's just going to be whatever's in it. So this is the case where we pick up a new weapon. I should probably clarify that somewhere, but screw it. So now we should get ammo in the gun. And then I can also set, I probably have a variable called ammo or something like that. Ammo loaded, ammo backup. I think we should just not use these two here and just directly grab them out of the gun. Yeah, ammo loaded and ammo backup. Let's take a look. Let us take a look. Ammo loaded, ammo backup. Where am I using these is the question. Somewhere in here. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. We can do, it's a bit of a stretch, but we'll do it. I'm actually just at the, oh, this is a stupid way to do it, is it? We could do this. Let's do it this way, fuck it. It's our current weapon, it's just that. And then we're going to get our current weapon. We're going to get our current weapon. And we're going to just item pickup. What are we doing here? Item pickup. What the hell are we doing? Firing. Yep. Cool. That can go like that. And we'll just also make it that, like, let's just do if current weapon doesn't equal. I think we make it so current weapon always has to be something. So I think we can make the weapon array contain hands. Alright, does that work? Maybe. Hopefully they're not referencing the same thing. Okay, cool. Ammo loaded. Oh wait, what am I doing? Let's just go set default weapons. Do this. We just keep making functions. You can't go wrong. We can just do this. I'm just gonna make more functions. Screw it. Might as well make this a function. It's gonna annoy me otherwise. Okay. Cycle, and then we do it again. That should just give us hands for both slots. Unexpected equals where? Why are you bringing me over here? It's just not how I do it. Hello? Alright. Set default weapons. Unexpected equals. What the hell have I done wrong? Oh. Cool. Okay, so we're loading our hands in. And then we should be able to press E. And pick up pistol. Q goes back to hands and I can't actually return. So I don't know what's up with that. Oh. I'm shooting in my hands? Alright, so we've got a few more things to iron out. I'm going to end this one here. I have to go, but I will end this one here, and I will see you guys in the next video. There'll be a part 2 to this, where we fix basically the bugs. Little bug fixing, but we're pretty much there. We just have to iron it out so that, yeah. Cycle's gonna have 2 weapons, and all will be good in the world. Awesome, so have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you are a big fan and you're here, then thank you very much. And I'll see you